have a kind of constantly moving, as I think many um, sort of creative workers do, and I'm sure that probably includes lots of you guys, a very moving career slash set of jobs that I do. I started out actually working in publishing, but not the kinds of publishing that would publish the books that I've written. I worked in
Right.
art publishing, and then went on to do a PhD in history of art. And it was kind of during that time that I had a bit more freedom that I was able to kind of publish more essays and criticism. I think I started out mostly doing criticism, literary criticism, art criticism, but often with a kind of interest in things like food, the sensual stuff that we experience through our bodies, stuff like this. And yeah, so during that time, I'd already written one book-length essay that was published basically via an open call by a new independent publisher. I'd never kind of published anything, and they were looking to publish people who kind of didn't already have a platform.
Hmm.
And that was about fears and fantasies of human replaceability,
Yeah.
um, which kind of sort of brought together various interests in kind of the psychological and the political. And that's kind of what has channeled me towards this book
Yeah.
via my last essay, Meat Love, which was about kind of, it's sort of about ethical meat, the kind of industry and so-called ethical meat, but it's more about the kinds of visual culture, and other kinds of culture that kind of shape the emotional, and kind of like libidinal investment that people have in kind of ideas around how we eat and specifically to do with meat. So that was the germ of this book. And while I was writing this, I was doing my PhD, then I finished my PhD, and in the meantime, I've kept one foot in publishing in that I edit a lot of books freelance, and that's kind of like how I keep myself ticking over between
Hmm.
writing jobs. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's all like a work in progress. I'm always thinking about like I don't deal well with the uncertainty.
Yeah.
I'm always thinking about like what's the next thing. Um, and it's yeah, I mean, we could talk more about that if you want, unless you want to.